Hey, what's going on, peeps? Derek here, bringing you the second day of the 31 Days of Horror. It's interesting experience, and I'm pushing on so far, anyways. and if you watched my last review, I did the directorial debut of Peter Jackson, so I decided to do his well, technically it's his second horror film because Meet the Feebles was a black comedy. It wasn't really horror. You know, it had like Muppets kind of characters and stuff in it. But I decided to do like his second straight up horror film, and that came out in 1992, and that film is called Dead Alive. So I watched this, and I revisited this. I have seen this film before, but it's been way too long since I've seen it, and I wanted to revisit it after I've watched Bad Taste, of course. Main plot of this one, we're introduced to our. Well, first off, I'll set up a little backstory. To show like a scene, and it takes place actually on Skull Island. If you don't know what the reference to Skull Island is, it's where King Kong came from. So it was kind of a little cool touch that Peter Jackson added into it because he was a fan of King Kong. But yeah, so the beginning of the film takes place on Skull Island, and these two guys are carrying this wooden box cage which contains what we find out later is like a rat monkey creature, Sumerian rat monkey creature. They get it to New Zealand to be displayed in the zoo. So then later on, after that, we're introduced to our two main characters of this film. Paquita, who's works at the grocery store. I think it's like her family-owned grocery store. And then Lionel, who ends up becoming Paquita's love interest. She's infatuated with him and wants to go out with him. So we find out that Lionel's like a mama's boy per se, where his mother's very demanding on him and makes him do a lot of things for her and very clingy to Lionel in that matter. So what happens is Lionel and Paquita actually do go on a date. They actually go to the zoo, and the mother follows him, trying to figure out what's going on. What happens is she gets bitten by this rat creature that came from Skull Island, and what this creature has is like this virus curse inside of its bite, and it infects the mother. Lionel takes his mom home. She's getting worse as the day progresses, and the next day. And pretty much what happens is she starts to decay and skin falls off, and then you find out that she's basically like a zombie. It's like a zombie virus. It decays her, and she wants flesh. So what Lionel does is he's trying to cover it up because he doesn't want to really kill his mother because it's all he has. And the characters progress, and then trying to there's kind of a shaky with Paquita and Lionel at one point of the film. And then we have this big extravaganzas ending of this film, and it's very gory, and that's all I'm going to say about the plot. I don't want to really dwell too into it because if you haven't seen this film, it has an awesome ending and it should be seen. Now, my main thoughts on this one, like I said with Bad Taste, I do like Peter Jackson's style of horror comedy. And the characters really meld together in this film. It was really interesting to see like the two main leads of this film fall in love and their connection with each other. They really felt like a real couple per se. And the lady who played Lionel's mom is just she just looked mean, and she gets meaner as the film progresses. Well, she's not really. I think actually a different actress plays her, but when she's like a zombie form, but she's just mean looking when you see her like the first time and you introduce her. Like, wow, this lady's just a bitch. Per se, that's the way you'll when you see the film, you'll see that she really is that. And yeah, there's a few like flashback scenes that explain a lot more. They come near the end of the film, and we're introduced to other characters too, like Lionel's uncle. Actually forget his first name, but he's just you can tell like his whole mother's side of the family. No, his family side of the family is just fucking evil and fucking really wanna. They're really pushy, like all his family, and it's sad. There's actually some awesome like zombie scenes in this film. There's one scene that was like, what the hell? Like these two zombies have basically they have sex and then they give birth to a zombie baby. It's fucking hilarious looking. The baby's like funny looking and shit. And Lionel takes it for a stroll in the park. It's just a funny scene. I won't go in further in it. And yeah, but the whole end of this film, I'm not gonna spoil a lot of it. There's a ton of gore. There's like 3 tons of like mad blood and gore and galore in this film. It's wicked gory, and it has like oh, there's one scene with a lawnmower. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just amazing. Like all the blood and guts and insanity. Yeah, Peter Jackson, he really does need to do more horror films because his horror films are just amazing in my opinion, and they should be seen. If I had to rate Dead Alive, I'm gonna give it like a solid. Same thing I gave Bad Taste, 9 out of 10. It's just an awesome film. I like both of them as much as the same for different reasons because they are two totally different type feel films, but they have some awesome like characters and like I said, character set pieces and envelopment. They have different scores, and I really like the differences of them. But I like how they are different too, because he tries to do different things, which he did do in his future films. But I do like wish he did like return to horror and surprise us all with another like quirky tale like this with awesome gore. Yeah, that's all I got to say about Dead Alive. It was a 9 out of 10. Good film. Alright, that's it for this review, guys. I'll be back tomorrow with, I don't actually know what I'm going to do yet. Probably pick something at random. Maybe do like a randomizer or whatever. But, whatever it is, it's going to be various and different. I know that for sure. So, see you tomorrow. Peace out.